Hello, my name is Krista Mahon, independent designer with Couture. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be chalking our simple shapes, which is a double-sided round surface. They come in round and a square. I love this. You can punch holes in them, you can hang them, you can sit them in our stands. They're awesome little round and square double-sided, so that's amazing as well. We're only going to be using one side for our project today. We're going to make a do-it-yourself wreath. We're going to be using the A size transfer. This one's called Welcome Star Tile. And then we're going to be using this as our background, which is called Seeing Spots. Okay, and then we're going to make a wreath. Okay, so we're just going to use this as a background, and then we're going to put welcome right on top in the middle of our simple shape, and we'll put it all together. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mark our transfer packaging. And the reason why we do this is because all our transfers are reusable. So once they're dry, we will put them back in here. So we're going to mark the seam spots. Okay, now we're going to open our packaging. And we're also going to mark the transfer itself so we know how to match it up when it gets done drying. Okay, so we'll mark the front and the back. And this one is called Seam Spots. Okay. We are going to use our surface wax just to be safe. The reason why we wax is to, so our transfer doesn't stick so well and it doesn't pull off the whitewash here on the round. So we just put a little bit on a cloth and we're just going to kind of rub it in a little bit, kind of buff it out. It soaks in pretty quickly. It doesn't leave a residue. It's pretty nice. Okay, and that's our surface wax. Okay, so we're going to get our fuzzing cloth, which this is to pick up a little bit of lint. So we're going to peel the transfer backing and we'll pick up a little bit of lint on here. Set this aside. This is a brand new transfer in our spring summer catalog, so it's very sticky, so I highly recommend to fuzz a few times. And the transfers, guys, are reusable 8 to 12 times, so that's pretty amazing. Some of them I get way more than that out of. It depends kind of what I'm doing, if I'm taking care of the transfer. So I don't let them soak in the water when I wash them. I clean them pretty quickly. I'm gonna fuzz some more, just so to be safe. Rather be safe than sorry, right? Just a little cute background. All right, guys. So we have our simple shape, and we're just going to put this down on here and just use it as a background, okay? It doesn't have to be lined up too well here. I kind of want to get, it off the, there we go. So we're just going to smooth the bubbles out. And we're actually going to use our color trays. This will help, I wanted to use shimmer silver, but then I also wanted to use shimmer frost so it's not so bold. So our welcome will stand out. So I'm going to use our color tray, and I'm going to use shimmer frost and shimmer silver to kind of mix it up and kind of make it a lighter color. So this is the shimmer frost. We're just going to put a little bit in our color tray here. Okay, and you can mix the colors, just don't put them back in the jar. You can keep the jars if you want to clean them out and even mix colors and keep them. I've known people to do that. This is a brand new jar. So when you get them brand new, you'll peel that off. And then I always save what's on the lid and just put it back in my jar. Okay. There's probably enough in here that I can actually use it for my mixing here. So we're just going to do that. And we're just going to mix these up. I just want it a little bit darker, but not so dark, if that makes sense. Just to give it a little bit of sheen. Just not as dark as the shimmer silver just a little tad bit. We're going to mix. And these trays and stir sticks, guys, are plastic and they are reusable. Okay, so that's the cool part about it. Squeegees are all reusable as well. So that's another thing. So once you have the first set of squeegees, you can definitely reuse them. We're just going to smooth this on. And we're going to go right on top of this. So if it's if it pulls up a little bit, shimmers do take a little bit of time to dry. So just FYI. So it might pull up when we put the welcome on it. But you're not going to be able to see the whole thing. It's just kind of a background. So that's the cool part about it as well. You can do whatever you want with Chalk Couture and create. Doesn't take much paste. It's pretty, goes a little bit, goes a long way, that's for sure. Okay, so all this is going to go in the bath of water next to me. And we're just going to peel this up. I'm going to hold my thumb right here. And then we'll put this in the bath of water and wash it. So once it hits the water, guys, it's not sticky. So it's pretty amazing. And when you dry, you want to make sure you dry sticky side up. So then it doesn't stick to whatever you're drying, which I use paper towels. And that's another reason why we mark it with a Sharpie, is so we can know what the front and back is, so what the sticky side is versus not. So when you dry, if that Sharpie is facing you, flip it around, okay? So turn it upside down the other way so it doesn't stick to whatever you're drying, okay? So we got the paste off, and then we will wipe it down with our board eraser once it comes out of the water, front and back. And then, like I said, sticky side up to dry. So this Sharpie should be facing down, okay, that mark. So we're gonna use our quick dry tool. So let's dry this. Our quick dry tool is available in the Chalk It Up kit. It's not available by itself. It did sell out, but they did have some left over, and they have it in the Chalk It Up kit, which is pretty amazing. My link in the comments can go straight to my online chalk store, and you can purchase it there. So go to the kits, just click shop and then kits. You can also search by the magnifying glass. So if you wanted this transfer, you can click on the magnifying glass and put Seeing Spots. If you wanted to search for this one, you could just put Welcome Star or Welcome, and then anything with that name Welcome in it will come up when you use that magnifying glass. So that's kind of a cool feature. Also, if you're looking for a certain size of transfer, you can search it by A, B, C, D, and E. So Seeing Spots was a B, and then this Welcome Star tile is an A. It also has the sizes on there, so that's kind of nice as well. So all A's are 5x7, and then all B's are 8x11. C's are 18x24. Getting there, guys. You only really have to worry about the middle. And like I said, if it pulls up a tad bit, not too crazy about it, because the Wreath is going to cover a lot of it. So we're going to get our fuzzing cloth out again, and we're going to go ahead and fuzz our welcome. This is already marked. I've used this one before. And we're only going to use the welcome part of that. So it comes like this, and then you cut it apart, okay? So we're going to set the star tile aside. And this is already marked back and front as well with our little dot. Got hot glue in my hands. Definitely will need the hot glue gun for this as well. Just going to fuzz it up. we're good. So we're going to bring our little guy back over here, our simple shapes, and we're going to just put it right in the middle. I'm just going to smooth down the words, letters, I mean. I picked eucalyptus. I think we can rearrange this and bend these little leaves so we can see it more. Maybe I should do black. Maybe that might be too, I think I'm going to go black velvet, guys, so it stands out, actually. Because I wasn't going to do, I was going to do eucalyptus, but I think I'm going to use black velvet so it stands out a little bit more. We do have a shimmer shadow. Actually, no, let's go black velvet, since we have shimmer behind it. I'm going to stir it with the stir stick. Grab another squeegee. I like to keep my jars nice, so I use the squeegee on the stir stick to get the excess off, and then this goes in the bath of water. So this is the slanted side of the squeegee, so we're just going to go over our silkscreen area. Like I said, it doesn't take much, just a tad. So I'm going to get your lines out. I always say if you have it on too thick, you won't be able to see it. So you want to definitely be able to see what you're chalking, if that makes sense. And this goes in the bath of water. And then we're going to peel this off nice and slow. You can peel from a corner, but make sure you pull either left or right or up and down, okay? Oh, it's so cute, guys. All right, so we'll clean this one off. And when you use a darker pigment, like black, the red, darker blue, like cadet, it can leave a little bit of residue on the teal part of the transfer, but it will not stay in the silk screen, okay, if that makes sense. So don't freak out if that happens and you're like, oh my gosh, it's staying in my transfer. So just FYI, that can happen. So I'll show you real quickly. My hands are going to want to get my hands dry here. So I'll just set it on here. So see how it stains the teal part, but if you look at the silk screen area, that is not. Okay, so anything pigment, so dark greens, reds, blacks, darker blues, can definitely do that to the teal part. Let's heat this up. You could even tie a ribbon at the top. I do have some ribbon as well. Maybe we'll do that. So you can kind of move this hanger wherever you want to. But look how cute that is, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip it on the back side. So this hanger is kind of where the wreath kind of like meets. So I'm going to kind of move it over a little bit. Let's see if we can get it to be a little bit more rounded, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. So, and then I'm going to move my leaves. This is a wire, so, I mean, we can do whatever we want. If the hot glue gets on the leaves, it's not going to be the end of the world. You can just kind of pull it off. It's not going to hurt anything. You can either put the hot glue around this and try to flip it, or you can put the hot glue on this, which I'm going to put the hot glue on the wreath, okay? Just make sure you don't burn yourself, which I tend to do. So we're just going to go around the edge here. I don't put that much on it. I don't want it to get crazy, crazy on me. But I do want to put enough on there that it will, you know, stay. So I'm just going to do a thin layer. We can always kind of place it, and we can always get the strings off a little bit after we're done, okay? So I want to make sure I have it lined up, okay? And I'm going to push it down, and then I am going to flip it to make sure that we are lined up which I can move the leaf, so that's not a big deal, okay? Because it is wire. Just going to make sure this is pushed down. Then we can worry about the leaves here in a second. And the hot glue strings. And we can kind of move our hanger as well to make sure that's in the middle. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get our leaves a little bit away from it so we can see the design a little bit more. I kind of want to cover up the hanger too, so and you can play around with this and, you know, make sure it's where you want it once you're finished. Okay, so I love our new simple shapes. If anything needs to be trimmed up, like this little guy, I can cut him off. It's kind of sticking out. Don't know why he's there, but trim off whatever you want. If it's too full, if you don't like it, you can surely change it up. Okay, so let's do a little ribbon on our hanger. So I have a little bit of a sheer black. I have some black polka dots. I don't know. Let's try. This kind of brings in the silver. So let's cut some off of here. And then we can tie this around our hanger here. We could even glue it onto there, but I'm going to try to tie it around it. Okay. Hot glue gun's about to fall. Like I said, I can replace these leaves wherever I want to, so I can get it flat here. And we can kind of adjust the bow as we go as well. You could do a big bow or small. It's totally up to you. I'm going to just make it and then I can adjust it afterwards. You can leave the tails long or cut it, whatever your heart desires. Okay. Then we can just mess around with it and cut them to however big we want them. You can trim up the leaves at the top so you can, you know, see it a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull these back real quick. I'm going to actually put it on here if I can. Let me see. This is just like a lazy knot in there, so let me see. I might have to go a little bit lower, but oh geez. That's not good. I kind of want it to be on the wreath part. You know what? What if, I don't know. If you guys follow me, I change my mind a lot, so just bear with me. The more I look at something, the more I change it. I'm like, I don't know. What about if we put it right at the top on the leaf? Well, let's do that. We're just going to make a bow and then we're going to just put it right on top, I think, instead of tying it around the hanger. I do like this ribbon because it has silver in it. So it's kind of brings it all together, right? The wreath isn't that big and the simple shapes aren't that big either, so I feel like the bow does not need to be huge, but I think it's going to just set it, just make it look a little bit better. And then you can just take this and kind of filter it out there. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. So I think I'm going to put it right in the center. And then I can adjust this and it can go out instead of hanging down. So what I'll do is I'll probably, let me get these leaves separated here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cute. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut one of these off. You can just trim it up, guys, and do whatever you want. And this is like a eucalyptus wreath. You can kind of adjust it and kind of do whatever you want. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna put it right there in the center. I'm gonna leave one long so I can adjust it, okay? And then I'm gonna put it right here in the center. It did just get all over my hands. I have to bring a leaf underneath, but that's okay. I'll move it out of the way while this dries a little bit. Get the hot glue off my hands. Right. I feel like that leaf needs to come this way, and I feel like this leaf needs to go this way. All right, guys, I think we're about there. I'll cut this one down a little bit. I need to get a wire cutter. Oh, there we go. I'll clean that up later. All right, guys, I'm almost done. How cute is this gonna be? If you want to follow me on Facebook, I post all my projects on Facebook as well, pictures of anything completed. I sell a lot of my projects as well if they're not already sold or custom for someone. So my quick search on Facebook is at Chalk Like a Boss. So if you'd like to follow me there, that would be amazing. I'm actually going to cut this one down, I think, because it's kind of sticking up too much. And I feel like we're good. This wire one is going to go behind it. All right, guys, so let's trim these up. I always trim them while I'm can do the little dovetail edge here. So to do that, you just fold it. Okay. And then we'll do this side as well. I might have to do the other side again. It's this side's a little bit shorter. Shorten this one up a tad bit. Get perfect ones, you just fold it in half. Okay, and then you're gonna trim it up. Perfect. Okay, so let's get the leaves all situated here away from our welcome so we can actually read it, right? And then we'll look at our bow and go from there. Trim this one up some more. Maybe just adjust them out to the side a little bit. And look at that, guys. So there is our do-it-yourself welcome wreath with our simple shapes. We've seen spots on the end or on the background, and then we went ahead and used the welcome star tile on top. We did shimmer, silver, and frost to make it not as bold. And then we did black velvet, okay? So thank you for joining me for my little wreath demo. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and if you can, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.